Hey guys, so how are you doing today? I am back with a new video, and this one is everything deep conditioning. So in this video we're going to speak about the purpose of deep conditioning, good deep conditioners, what deep conditioners can be used for, and everything else that you've asked me or that anybody who's starting out on the natural hair journey should know about deep conditioners. So let's get right into it. Guys, let's start out with the basics. What is deep conditioning important for? Deep conditioning is a deeper form of conditioning. So you're using a product to give you nourishment that your rinse out conditioners, your leave-in conditioners would not give you. It is a more intense type of conditioning for the strands. So let's speak about the types of deep conditioners available to you, because there are different types of deep conditioners dependent on your needs. So the first type of deep conditioner that I want to mention is the moisturizing deep conditioner. The purpose of this deep conditioner is to moisturize your hair intensely, to give you a boost of moisture. And this is what I would recommend for my chronically dry folks, these people whose hair feels weedy and they just cannot maintain moisture. If you continue to use a moisturizing deep conditioner over time, you would realize that the moisture content in your hair's capacity for moisture would increase. Also, you have your elasticity treatments / your protein treatments. And I put these two in the same category because protein is the core ingredient of both of these treatments. The difference between the two is that elasticity treatments are less intense than protein treatments, and elasticity treatments often have moisturizing ingredients as well. So it's a balance between moisture and protein, and is the middle ground between a moisturizing treatment and an intense protein treatment. A protein treatment, on the other hand, is more intense and contains less moisture, and the purpose is really to infuse strength. And the final category that I want to place under types of deep conditioners is hot oil treatments. Hot oil treatments are for the purpose of infusing moisture and also for improving the sheen / shine of one's hair. Now, the ability of a hot oil treatment to moisturize your hair is quite relative. Not every oil has the ability to penetrate the strand and so moisturize. But there are many issues that deep conditioning can help you with. It can help you if your hair is especially prone to dryness, if it is chronically dry, and it can also help you if your hair does not have a good moisture-protein balance, which is important for the growth of your hair. Another issue that deep conditioning can help you with is fairy knots. Fairy knots are the knots that you find at the end of your strand, and usually this is a function of a low level of moisture. Deep conditioning, depending on the type of deep conditioner that you use, would infuse your hair with moisture, and so it would allow the strands to slide past each other and inadvertently help you with fairy knots. Of course, your post-wash moisture routine would also help with the decreasing of fairy knots in your hair. Another issue that deep conditioning can help you with is elasticity. If you realize that your curls have dropped, your curls have loosened, and you do not have heat damage or any type of chemical damage, that points to a lack of elasticity in your hair. Deep conditioning would help with this if you use an elasticity treatment or a protein treatment, because it would infuse the hair with protein and so build back the bonds in your hair, which would allow your hair to jump back after it has been stretched. One final issue that I want to touch on that deep conditioning can assist you with is mid-strand splits. Now, usually we're speaking about split ends because these happen to be more common, but mid-strand splits are also an issue that affect persons. And mid-strand splits are when you have the splits not at the end of your hair, but between the root and the end of your hair. So the splits are somewhere in the middle of the strand. And deep conditioning would help with mid-strand splits because, one, they are usually a function of mechanical damage, how often you manipulate your hair and how you handle your hair when you're manipulating your hair. But also they are sometimes a function of your hair not having enough nutrients, protein, and so your hair splits apart and breaks down. Similarly, the same concept applies to split ends. So the next thing that I want to speak about is how do you go about deep conditioning your hair. So you would take your product, whatever product you're using, and you would apply it to your hair. I would recommend that you apply in sections because it would encourage more even distribution of the product. And from there, you have a few different options as to how you can go about from that point onwards. The first option that I want to speak about is by simply using your plastic cap or your plastic bag. Apply your plastic bag or your plastic cap to your hair, and what this would do is that it would allow your body heat to open the cuticle of your strand, because that is what heat does. Another option that you have with regards to deep conditioning is that you can use a hot towel. So what you would do, you would apply your plastic bag or your plastic cap to your hair, you would soak your towel in warm to hot water, and you would apply that towel either over your plastic cap or directly to your hair. It would cause quicker penetration of the product because you're using more intense heat than body heat. Another option that you have is using steam or a hair dryer. Now I am a lover of steam because not only does the heat from the steam open the cuticle of the hair, but because steam is pretty much vaporized water, it will also be infusing water into your strand, and you know water is a moisture for the strand, and also the product will be able to penetrate on a deeper level. With using your hair dryer, it is a similar concept except it is dry, indirect heat, and so your cuticle would open and deep conditioning would take place. Something else that I want to touch on is good deep conditioning treatments that I have used. My absolute favorite deep conditioner is the Afro-G texture treatment, and this product is my absolute favorite deep conditioner because it is an elasticity treatment, and it does a great job of infusing both strength through the protein that it has and moisture to your strands. You would not feel that your hair is dry or weedy after you've used it. However, it is not an all-natural product, so if this is important to you, my next suggestion would do a better job. The Alike Naturals Honey and Sage Deep Conditioner, another excellent product, another elasticity treatment because it has both protein and moisture. The final deep conditioning treatment that I want to mention is the Hask Coconut Monoil Deep Conditioner. I mentioned it in one of my recent videos and I was trying it for the first time. I was quite impressed with the product. Again, this is an elasticity treatment. It contains both moisturizing ingredients and strength infusing ingredients. So I've been mentioning this thing called moisture protein balance. What is this thing? Moisture protein balance refers to your hair's content of both moisture and protein, right? They are both imperative for the growth and the health of your hair. If your hair is not moisturized, then it is more prone to breakage, especially with manipulation. However, if your hair has excess moisture, that can also cause damage, which is where your protein comes in. Your protein would infuse your hair with strength and the ability to be manipulated as well. And so you need to maintain a balance between the two, and deep conditioners are what will help you maintain that balance. Another thing that I wanted to speak about is do it yourself. The first thing that I want to do is to debunk a myth, right? So many people think that eggs and coconut milk can substitute as a protein deep conditioner or an elasticity treatment, and I want to let you know that this is not true. This is the one type of deep conditioner that you cannot recreate effectively at home. Why? Because eggs and coconut milk, while they contain protein and they are good sources of protein for the body, the size of the molecule in the egg is too big to penetrate the hair strand. Okay, now to ingredients that you can use from your kitchen. One ingredient that I have used is banana. So what I've done, I've mashed my banana with a rinse out conditioner, cheap conditioner like Suave, or even with mayonnaise and honey, and I have blended it together until it is very smooth. With do-it-yourself deep conditioners, you want to ensure that you blend in until your mixture is very smooth. Otherwise, it will leave small particles in your hair, which will be hard to rinse out. Another great ingredient is avocado. Avocado is a great source of moisture and good fatty acids for the hair. Of course, you can use your aloe vera gel and your aloe vera juice, especially if they're natural, and it would do a good job of nourishing your strands and moisturizing your strands and balancing the pH of your strands. Another great ingredient is honey, of course. Honey as a humectant would do a great job of moisturizing your hair because it will draw moisture from the atmosphere. I have also used the hibiscus plant. What you would do with the hibiscus plant is that you would allow it to dry out, and that's how you would get your dried hibiscus. And you can puree or use your food processor to make a powder of the dried hibiscus. You can also dry it in the oven, and you can mix it with your conditioner and it will nourish your strands as well. I can leave a little more details as to how these ingredients would benefit your hair in the description bar. So go ahead and check out the description box to get a little more information. In terms of do-it-yourself, hot oil treatments are quite easy to do yourself. You cannot go wrong with a hot oil treatment. And something else that I wanted to touch on is where in the wash routine should deep conditioning take place. Now you have two options as to where in the wash routine deep conditioning can take place. It can take place before cleansing, and it can also take place after you've cleansed. So if you decide to deep condition before you've cleansed, proponents of this type of deep conditioning suggest that the hair is able to get the maximum amount of nutrition from the deep conditioner because it is dry and it will be able to absorb a lot more. Also, deep conditioning before you cleanse would help you save on time and water because you would only have to enter the bathroom once. And one other benefit of deep conditioning before you cleanse is that it adds an extra layer of moisture to the hair. So it would prevent your hair from being stripped during the cleansing process. On to the next option, deep conditioning after you cleanse. People who forward this option suggest that the hair is able to absorb a lot more of the nutrients from your deep conditioner because it has now been cleared of its buildup, and so there is nothing to prevent total absorption. Also, there is nothing to wash away the effects and the potency of the deep conditioner because your cleansing has already taken place. So either option has its benefits and you can weigh them and see, or you can try either method out and decide what works for you best. And on to the last thing that I want to touch on. How often should you deep condition? What deep conditioners should you use? And should you use a rinse out conditioner after you've deep conditioned? I recommend that you deep condition as often as you wash. Try to fit both types into your regimen. Also, with regards to whether your deep conditioner should be followed by a rinse out conditioner, I advise persons to follow up with a rinse out conditioner because a deep conditioner is formulated differently to a rinse out conditioner. The purpose is not to give your hair slip to detangle. So I would advise that you follow up with a rinse out conditioner to facilitate your detangling process. So guys, I hope that this video would be informative. I have recorded this entire video and edited it and exported it only to realize that I was blurry. So I decided to do it again because I want to give you a quality product. Therefore, if you like the video, please do me a favor and click the thumbs up button or the like button down below. It is quite visible to you. Also, please share the video with a friend. Everybody can benefit from deep conditioning. Comment, leave your do-it-yourself deep conditioners in the bottom bar and leave your suggestions for deep conditioning below. Tell us what works for you, whether the towel method, whether the hair dryer. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thanks for watching guys, bye-bye.